It was Black Friday. It was early in the morning on Friday, November 25th, 2022. Norfolk Southern 246 was Norfolk Southern train 246 was departing the South Line yard on the south, headed towards Crazy City on the South Line subdivision near the town of Mitchell, Indiana. The train had three engines pulling it. Leading the consist was Illinois Canadian National Illinois Central Heritage Unit 3008 and two NS-9s 9325 and 9942. The train was rolling at a consistent pace at about 50 miles an hour. The train had some more cars on it. But anyway, the train was carrying tons of different things. It's paper, iron powder, new delivery vans, paper, iron powder, logs, and even toxic chemicals. It exited the yard and crossed the Mitchell Diamond at about 5:42 a.m. As the train was making its way towards Crazy City, the engineer and the conductor as the train was making its way towards Crazy City, the engineer as well as the conductor who were both in the lead unit as the brakeman who was in the 9325 at the time reported a bad vibration in the 9325. Reported a bad vibration in the lead unit 3008. The two NS-9s were doing okay though. They were just riding along smoothly. Trailing as the engine leading was bouncing around like crazy. The engineer then reported this and told the brakeman, and then he reported on the radio to tell the brakeman to come to the lead unit as quick as possible. To come to the lead unit ASAP. As the vibration continued, the engineer decelerated the throttle. But little did they know, there was a broken switch ahead. The engines and the first couple cars made it across safely. However, the rest of the train wasn't so lucky. The train derailed at 6:06 a.m. The first hopper car to derail was carrying iron powder, as well as two boxcars behind. There was paper all over the tracks, so I'm guessing those boxcars were carrying paper. Most of the cars were in pretty bad shape. That doesn't mean any of the engines were okay though. 3008 got jolted back a bit and went up on top of the long hood of 9325, shearing off several important back components of the 3008, as well as shearing off the long hood of 9325. 9325 jolted up the track a bit and caught a little bit of the rear end of 9942. However, 9942 wasn't that badly damaged. Rescuers and firefighters arrived on the scene. Emergency services arrived on the scene at 6:29 a.m. There were no injuries except the conductor, who, when the 3008 jolted forward up on a grade, cut his knee on the metal inside the cab. Although most of the people on the train were okay, the same can't be said for the engines. In the end, 3008 and 9325 were both considered a total loss and were scrapped. However, 9942 had that major damage repaired and was given new back handrails and was put back into service. Now, if the maintenance of way hasn't serviced the train yet, hasn't serviced the track yet, you should proceed with caution to see what switches ahead of you, to see what kind of the track ahead of you, kind of shape it's in. Luckily, the maintenance of way jobs and the train crews will do a better job at this, and hopefully we will never see an accident like this ever again.